Hello, mathematicians. Welcome to day 4 of lesson 26, refining our work on relating decimals and fractions. So our target is still working with comparing decimals to fractions with denominators of 10 and 100. Here we go. Your warm-up problem is right here. You need to write this fraction as a decimal. It's probably getting pretty easy for you. The tip, remember, is say it in your head or out loud, and that will help you with how to write it. So 14 hundredths is going to be 14 hundredths because the last digit you say, it goes into the place that you say hundredths. Okay, our 14 out of 100 pennies is 14 cents. Another way to think about it. Here's our example problem. The length of a ribbon is 0 and 33 hundredths of a meter. How can you locate 0 and 33 hundredths on a number line? Look at how you can show your work using a number line. So this is cool beans because we haven't done a lot of work with the number line, and it's all set up for us. Okay, so it's going like 1 dime, 2 dimes, 3 dimes, and then they place the 0.33. It doesn't go right in the middle because that would be 35 cents or 35 hundredths. It's a little closer to the 3 cents because it's a little, or 30 cents because it's a little closer to 33 cents is closer to 30 cents than it is to 40. Down here, oh, how can you locate it on the number line? I guess I didn't really write a solution, but you can locate it by what I just said, asking yourself where does it go? It's in the tenths, but it's a little bit bigger than 3 tenths because it's got a little bit more. That's how you can locate it. How many hundredths are there between each of the tenths marks on the number line? What do you think? If you were to change this into hundredths, you would have to put 9 little cuts in there, so you had 10 pieces, right? If you're counting between 80 cents and 90 cents, it'd be 81, 8 hundredths, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90 hundredths. So there will be 10 parts divided with 9 cuts, because that's how we cut them. What is 7 tenths written as a fraction? Yeah, you don't really have to do too much work on this one because you know that if you say it as 7 tenths, then it is 7 tenths. It really becomes common sense, doesn't it? How do you know if the decimal represents tenths or hundredths? How do we know that this is going to be tenths? How do we know, Jenica? Yes, exactly. Yes, we know because it's one place, and the first place is tenths. And the second place is what, everybody? Hundredths. Okay, that says hundredths, I promise you. Next one. The number line below shows one whole divided into tenths. Write the numbers in the boxes to label the missing fractions and decimals. Explain how you know what numbers to write. Okay, so this whole row up here is fraction style, right? And then down here we have the decimal style. And that's really cool because they are equivalent, right? Right here, 1/10 equals 1/10. So 3 tenths equals what fraction? You are correct, 3 tenths. 6 tenths the fraction equals what decimal? 6 tenths. You can add that 0 in front. That's what they did there to follow their pattern, but you don't need to. They are both correct. So we have 6 tenths here, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, and this is what, everybody? 9 tenths. So there's the decimal. And then here's the fraction. Cool beans. How could you show hundredths on this number line? Yeah, you'd have to cut it into small pieces, right? You'd have to do 9 cuts in between each one. That would be a lot. Probably you'd want to make it bigger if you needed to be more accurate. Which decimal, number 3, which decimal names the same amount as 50 100ths? Okay, so that'd be 50 pennies out of 100 pennies, half of $1. If you think of it like money, you might go Yes, 50 cents. 50 hundredths. Money might work well for that one. But let's check the other three just in case. This one is the 5's in the second place over. So it's going to be smaller. Yeah, you're right. That's 5 hundredths. That's only 5 cents. 5 pennies. 5 out of 100. That one would be 5 out of 100. So that does not work. That one's 50 what? Yeah, 50 whole dollars. Nice, but it does not that decimal at all. And this one, even bigger, $50.10. Nope, it's not the same. So Abby chose B as the correct answer. How did she get that answer? What do you think? Why do people sometimes mess these up? 0.5 and 0.05. Yep, I agree. A lot of people think this 0 doesn't really mean anything. And it's true if the decimal, if it was 0.5, then they're right. That 0 doesn't really mean anything. But this 0 here makes this even smaller. It's kind of like saying what's the difference between 5 and 50, right? Sometimes zeros really matter, or this many zeros. That matters. If you put it here, it doesn't change the 5, does it? Okay, so it's all about the place value and what matters. Okay, nice thinking. Page 553, number 4. What is 0 and 75 hundredths written as a fraction? Isn't that interesting? So somebody on number A, what do you think about that one? Yep, it's not right because we don't mix the decimals with the fractions. They can be equivalent, but they don't mix. This one says 0 out of 75, which would be 0. We don't have 0 cents, we have 75 cents. So yeah, I agree. That one's not right. This one says 75 hundredths. This says 75 hundredths. Yep, you say them both the same. They must be equal. They are. D says 75 divided by 10. That's going to be $7.50. That's way too big. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Next one. Number 5, which fractions and decimals are equivalent? So for the first one we have, you have to check them all. A, B, C, D, E, because we got to check them. How do we know? So the first one, you'll notice that I like to say them 4 tenths, and this one I don't say as 4 tenths. I say 4 hundredths, right? So if this was money, this would be 4 dimes. This is 4 pennies. Are they equal? No, do not choose A. The next one says 6 100ths. So that would be like 6 cents, right? 6 hundredths, 6 cents. And then we got 60 cents. Are they equal? No, no. What about this one? This fraction is named 3 tenths. And this is 0 and 3. Yep, 3 tenths. We have a winner. We got one good one so far. Number D, 9 hundredths and 9. What do we say for the second place over? Yep, hundredths. So that one works. 9 hundredths is equivalent to 9 hundredths. What about this one? 7 tenths. Is 7 tenths the same as 7 and 10 hundredths? Nope, if you think of it like money, this one is 7 dimes or 70 cents, right? This one here is $7.10. Not equal. All right, C and D are our equivalents. Hopefully you agree with me. Next, mathematicians, we have number 6. Model A is shaded to represent a value that is less than 1 whole. Tell whether each fraction or decimal correctly represents the shaded part of model A. So we're looking at this model. We got to analyze these 3 numbers here to see if it's a yes or a no for that picture. So first I'm just going to kind of ignore our answers and just analyze the model. So we got a hundreds chart, and looks like we've got all but 2 rows. So 100 minus 10 minus 20 would be 80. So we have 80 filled in. out of 100, or 8 rows of 10, right? If you turn it into 10, so we have both of those, and those are both equivalent. So you could name this one as a decimal 80 cents, right? Or 8 tenths. Those are equivalent because they're in the same place. See how that works? 8 tenths, 80 hundredths. They're in the same place. The 8s are in the same place. It's the same number. All right, so let's go see what we have for choices. Using a different color for the choices, I think. Boy, this is challenging. 8 tenths. Okay, goodbye. Extra annoying ad. All right, 8 tenths. Yeah, we already have it here. So the answer here is a big yes. Big yes, yes, yes. 81 hundredths. Yep, I already did that work too. Yes. 8.08. Do I have that? 0.8? No. That's 8 cents. That would mean only 8 of these are filled in. All right, so however you chose to get to your answer, hopefully we agree. Nice job, mathematicians. Next one is number 7. A test has 100 questions. Cora gets 85 questions correct. What decimal shows the part of the test she gets correct? What decimal shows the part of the test she gets incorrect? Model the decimals below. Show your work. All right, so this is about a test. And let's see what we're trying to find out. A test has 100 questions. Cora gets 85 questions correct. What decimal shows the part of the test she gets correct? So that's one thing we're trying to find out right there. And then we need 2 decimals. What decimal is correct? And then a decimal for incorrect. And then we have to model. All right. Let's see. Let's make correct green. Show your work. So we need 2 decimals. What are the important numbers? Well, we got 100 questions, and she has 85 right. Okay, so here's our hundreds chart for the one. Each square represents a question. 85 right is going to be pretty much a lot of it filled in, right? There's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then to do 5, I'm going to have to do 1, 2. Oops, excuse my mess over there. All right, I'm going to have to erase a little bit. I went a little crazy on the... Do I have an eraser? Yes, I do. Okay, that looks a little bit cleaner. Might as well clean up this mess here. All right, so that's the green, and then let's make black for ones she got wrong. So she got all of these. Oh, I'm still on eraser. Isn't that annoying? Wow, you're probably way ahead. Okay, now I'm going to switch to black. Incorrect. This row is incorrect, and then these 5. Okay, so what decimal did she get wrong? She got 15 hundredths, right? 15 out of 100. So 15 hundredths incorrect. That's a C. And then how many did she get right? Well, she got 85 right, which is going to be 85 hundredths. Correct. Yeah, 85 hundredths. Now, if you turn it to percent, which is how a lot of people do on the test, remember, percent's based on hundredths. So when you have hundredths, it would be 85% correct on the test, because we usually show what you got right on the test. That'd be an 85%. Nice. And then page 554, our exit ticket, math journal. Show how to plot 4 tenths, 8 tenths, 2 tenths, and 4 tenths on the number line below. Explain how you know your answer is correct. Okay, so I said 4 tenths, 8 tenths, 2 tenths, and 4 tenths. What do all those numbers have in common? They are all tenths. So let's start here and put a 0 there. And let's go ahead and write 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7, 8, 9/10, and 1 whole. All right, and then at the top, we'll put the fraction style. All right, so that would be 1/10, and so on. I'll just put in a few of them. Let's see. Let's plot the ones that we need. It's just me labeling it. So I'll put in, hopefully you can write a lot neater than with my finger marker here. Let's see. So I need to show 4/10. So I got 4/10 here, decimal style. So 4/10 fraction style would be right there. All right. Then I need to show 8/10, and we have it right there. What's the same as 8/10? So maybe I'll put the fraction and the decimal style for each one. So we got the 4/10, we got the 8/10. Oh, we got 4/10 up here. So we got 4/10 decimal. Yep. And then 2/10. So I'll add a 2/10 over here. All right. How do you know your answer is correct? Okay, so how do you know? Exactly. I know I am correct because I counted by tenths, starting at 0. Yep, gotta start at 0. I guess you don't have to, but it kind of makes sense to go between 0 and 1 whole. And then we know if you count by tenths and you keep them the same space away, then that will work. Awesome. Okay, so that's page 554. I didn't write down if you had more pages to do, but take a look and see. You might not. It might be time for the test because this is our last lesson of the week. So good luck on the test. Take your time and do your best and prove your thinking on your whiteboard or some paper. All right, mathematicians, have a great day. Bye.